now. Oh, that, it doesn't say live. This is recording. That's recording now. Oh, that, it doesn't say live. And that,
Delete
discard it, live. Going live. Hi everybody and welcome to Punky's Kitchen. Sorry we are so late. I deeply apologize to everybody. Well, today I am making a lasagna. It's a meat lasagna. A friend of mine had asked for it on TikTok. I deeply appreciate it. So I do want everyone to give comments as much as they possibly can. Anything, I don't really mind. We are going to start with the basics. As of earlier today, about 6:37, I had started making my sauce. It's important to make a good sauce. It's extremely important. If you have a garden, which I would highly recommend to everybody, you want fresh tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, what you really and truly do want to get is a good can of tomato sauce, tomato puree, or tomato paste. It's totally up to that person. A lot of us have food allergies, so you want to be careful. I'm using olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. You could use anything you like. I like white Vienna onions for my sauce. It's one large white Vienna onion, diced very small, so it can melt. 3 heads of fresh garlic, excuse me. Fresh basil, fresh parsley, as much as you like. This is for your taste only. Some people like it bland. There's also 3 choices of what type of lasagna you want. You could have a vegetable lasagna, you could have a vegan lasagna, and you could have a meat lasagna. That's totally up to the person. So we're gonna start with our meat. The sauce has been cooking. I do have a pot of water boiling for our lasagna noodles. I actually like Reala, the brand. It's really good because they stay a little thick and you want the al dente as much as possible. So we are going to start with the hamburger, with the 3 flavors of meat. This is a meatloaf mix package. I made it easy for us when we go to the store. Basically what I did is it's a meatloaf package. So what you're going to do on this is you are going to be able to have a sausage, hamburger. They have turkey in it. I'm not a big turkey fan, so please don't add that. I am opening my package with a knife in the wrong manner. Please forgive me. So, you are going to set your oven to 350 because you want the noodles al dente. I am making a 9 by 13 pan. I'm actually making a small one, and I'm only making about 4 layers. Tops, just so you know. So let's start. It serves 6. Alrighty, and the sauce that I'm using, the sizes of the sauce that I'm using is a 12-ounce can of Trossone tomato sauce. It does have tomato puree in it, so you could avoid tomato paste. So that's actually really good. It does cut some of the time down in half. In my sauce, I do mix fresh chives, fresh parsley, fresh basil, fresh oregano. I like fresh seasonings, I always have. So we're gonna take about a 1.5 pounds of the mixed meatloaf, excuse me. And what it is, inside here, you are going to make, you're going to fry it all up, is basically what you're going to be doing. So you want to be ready for that. You're also going to, if you're going to use different types of meats, you could buy packages of, oh, there's veal in here. That's what I was remembering. Sorry about that, in this mixed meat. You could buy different types of meats and fry them up separately, but then you're just bringing the flavor. You want all 3 of the flavors together. You can put the meat in the sauce if you like. Thank you for that gift. I appreciate it. I would love to see who gifted, but I can't right now, so forgive me. But everybody, whoever gifted me that beautiful gift box, please go follow. Just so you know, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. So what we're doing now is after we did this, I am going to take my gloves off because I do not want to touch anything else with that. What we are going to be doing next is we're going to let the meat season up. Now, I would recommend when you're cooking, you want to season your food. The meat, especially the meat. Alrighty? You could use any seasonings you want. Keep an eye on the water because it needs to come to a boil before we put the noodles in. Inside the water, please put a little bit of salt. Some sea salt would be good. And some olive oil, just to flavor the water up a little bit for the noodles. So inside our meat, while it's frying up, okay, we are going to take some seasonings. This is where the dry ingredients come in for you, okay? Oh, here it is. I have salt, sea salt, and I grind it in for flavor. Yes, sausage has its own flavor. The Italian sweet sausage does have its own flavor, which is really, really good. You're going to wind up grinding some fresh garlic in there, or garlic powder. Just like that. I do like my dry Italian herbs. You could put as much as you want in there. I'm going to say about a teaspoon, tops. It's actually more like a little sprinkling. I really don't measure, so please forgive me. Stir it all up. Okay, so while this is frying up the meat, okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. And we are going to focus in on my countertop over here, just so you know. I have over here, excuse me, I have to move that for a second. I have some fresh parsley. Okay, I have about, I want to say almost a handful of fresh parsley. We are going to chop it up. Make it small. You could put fresh cilantro while you're chopping up this parsley, however you like. Okay. And I'm going to put that in my sink. So, from here, we are now going to go into making our ricotta. Ricotta takes a little bit more time. Forgive my hands. Please forgive me. So this is where all of this begins. So now, what I am going to do is move my sauce. I am going to put my glove on. I didn't have an extra glove here, so forgive me. Oh, eggs. Forgot the eggs. Okay, so this is going to be a small lasagna. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, sorry about that, my cheeses. It's going to be, I want to say what size is this? 32-ounce ricottas. Alrighty, now, this is where the tricky part comes into play. So forgive me, I'm going to wipe my knife off with my towel and open it. You're going to want 2 of these, 32 ounces, of ricotta. Whole milk would be excellent, really and truly. And the reason you want whole milk is because it's a better texture and it sticks more to the lasagna, inside the lasagna when you put the sauce on it. Okay? Team's gifting me, but I can't right now. I deeply apologize. Okay, so there's going to be 2 of these in here. Now, once again, in your ricotta is dry ingredients. Garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasonings. You want to add 4 eggs, this mix. Eggs are going to hold everything together. So you want to be ready. You want to add that because it's part of the flavor and texture. Just so you know. Okay. Italian seasonings, 2.5 tablespoons. Garlic powder and onion powder, 2 tablespoons each. Fresh chives and fresh parsley and some basil also in there. And now we're going to add our eggs. Sorry. Oh yes, and we are going to add some fresh cheese in here as well. It's a 6 blend of Italian cheeses. There is mozzarella, provolone, I can't even say it, escargot, Romano cheese. Sciago. Excuse me, I'm pronouncing it totally wrong, forgive me. We're going to add the whole bag. And this is a 8-ounce bag. This is actually a small lasagna. I'm not used to making anything so small. So bear with me on this one. And we're going to mix it all up. Pretty mixed up. All the eggs, there's no egg, there's no nothing, all of that is mixed in with it. So, make sure it's mixed in really well. The egg. There we go. Sorry about that. Close up my eggs. And clean up my mess. When we're about done working in the kitchen, clean as we go. Okay, we're going to start our meat, and it's almost ready. We are going to preheat our oven to 350. Want the meat to be nicely browned and fried. Because even though it's going to be baking for 45 minutes, this small lasagna, a big one will take a lot longer, like more like an hour. So yeah, you want to be ready for that. Got to add our seasoning. There we go. So that's done. So now what we're going to be waiting for is for our pasta to be ready to be boiled. So that's going to be the next segment part. In a bowl if you want. you can put the meat in a bowl, so that way you can just automatically put it in on the lasagna as you're flavoring it. Just like that. I know, nothing like a home cooked lasagna, right? But you don't know how it's going to turn out. All right, so now as I go back over here to the stove, I'm actually going to switch burners with the pot for the pasta, for the lasagna noodles. There we go. So as we're doing that, our meat is cooling. We have a package of mozzarella cheese that is going to be going on top of the lasagna as a top layer, or you could sprinkle 6 cheeses on it. During any of these time, while we're waiting for the rest of the water to boil, does anybody have any questions or any comments? I'm going to take a few comments. Thank you for joining. Oh, thank you for my fire, David. Thank you so much. I hope everybody does get the chance later on today to watch the video with Psychic Natasha and David. It is going to be phenomenal. They are phenomenal psychics. I highly recommend them, as well as the next person. Any questions so far, everybody? Well, I did that, but the burner for my stove, I don't have giant burners the way I would like. It's a small burner on the back of the stove because I wanted to fry the meat and I wanted the sauce to cook properly. If sauce is not cooked cooked properly, it will cause a heartburn. It could give you a digestion, and it could cause major problems for your digestive system. So I don't really always recommend it. I do recommend cooking it for at least 2 to 3 hours. It's just how I was taught to do it. Most people don't. Thank you, Psychic Natasha, for my gift. I love it so much. Thank you, Tom, for the comment. I appreciate it. So if you get the chance, you want to do this. This is going to be fun. Like I said, I like to experiment in my kitchen. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these. So hopefully we will like it. So now that our water, has come to a boil, we are going to put our lasagna noodles in. Certain thing with lasagna noodles, you've got to make sure that they're not cracked in the box, because if they're broken in the box, you really should not use them. They will not hold the sauce for you as you're cooking to put it in the bottom of your pan. So that's a trick to that. So when you are making the lasagna noodles, they're like this, or you can get the ones with the rivets, depending on the person. Thank you for the fire. I so appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Dave. So yes, so we're gonna put it in the water. We're gonna put 4 in, and you're gonna let it boil. And you're gonna use a thong for them. I recommend pasta one. And they're gonna be almost al dente. So this is where these become very chewy. You want them al dente because it's extremely important to have them al dente. So this is where this is gonna be. So you want to make sure on how they're gonna be, how they're gonna taste. And when you layer the sauce in the pan, just a little bit of olive oil, just a bit, honestly, you're gonna wanna sprinkle in your pan, just a tad, just enough so the sauce could actually not stick or burn on the bottom. You can line the pan with foil if you like, But then your noodles and your flavor and the food will not cook properly because then it's going to take 10 times longer. When you are making it, you definitely want to put aluminum foil on it. It does help the pasta to cook faster because the pasta, like I said, is al dente. So this is why it takes a little longer. So I'm going to take our thongs and we're going to check our noodles. We can't let them totally touch because then they'll get stuck on one another. And we definitely don't want that. So we're definitely going to move them over. Okay, so we're definitely going to be doing that right now. So I'll be back in 1 second. Okay.
Still alive?
I just ended it. Why it's not over?
No, go back on.
I'm going to go back. Okay.
You have 15 viewers.
I know, I was going to text everybody on my thing to get back on,
Go ahead.
to get on.
Do it now.
Do me a favor. Will you go on my computer in the front and log me off my psychic chat?
I'm not sure how, but I'll try.
It's right there on my computer.
You're logged out, I think.
What's the
Oh, here we are. Where's my page?
weirdest song that's ever played while you were having sex?
How do I do this?
You jump back on live and I'll